Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Perkins, a board certified OBGYN and someone who's personally invested in PCOS. So in this video, we are talking about how to lose weight with PCOS. And so by the end of this video, you'll learn a little bit more about PCOS and what it is. You'll learn about the key factors with PCOS and weight gain, and you'll learn effective strategies for losing weight with PCOS. So you may already know PCOS is a hormonal condition. It is a condition that affects about 10% of females in their reproductive years. And so if you're watching this video, you may know of it already, or you may be diagnosed with it. And so you are wondering, how do I lose weight when I have this condition? Now, PCOS does make it very easy for you to gain weight. And I'll tell you why. Most women with PCOS tend to have insulin resistance. And this means that your body has a really hard time using your insulin effectively. Now, what is insulin for? Insulin is a hormone, and it's very important to help your cells use sugars. What are sugars? You know sugars. Yes, it's a little bit sweet. You put it in your tea. Sugars make your fruit sweet, right? But sugars are a breakdown of carbohydrates. So actually, when you eat a slice of bread, it might not taste very sweet to you, but internally, it is broken down to be sugars. And so the smallest molecules of a carbohydrate is a glucose or a sugar. And so when we ingest and we eat these sugars, it's very important that your stomach produce a lot of acids and things that are needed to break the carbohydrate or the bread, for instance, down into smaller glucose pieces. And then that gets processed in your liver. Your liver then says, hey, I'm going to ship all of the sugar into your bloodstream. And then the cool part, I'm a little bit of a medical nerd over here, but the cool part is that your blood then ships all of these sugars to your organs and almost drops a little package of sugar off to each of them. So your brain gets a package, your liver gets its own package, your heart gets a package, your kidneys and your stomach and your intestines and your spleen, your uterus and your ovaries. Everything gets a package of sugars, and your body and your organs should use that for energy and to help your cells live and thrive. For your cells and your organs to use the package that's been given to it of sugars, it needs insulin to be able to do so. When you have PCOS and insulin resistance, your body isn't able to use the insulin that it has produced to allow the usage of the carbohydrates. So we need to use that insulin in order to effectively use the carbohydrates and the sugars that we have. And so what happens with that is, if you're insulin resistant, your pancreas then works harder to produce more and more insulin, because your body says, hey, I made the insulin that I think that you need to use your carbohydrates and your sugars, but your sugar levels are higher than they should be, which means you need more insulin. So you make more insulin, and then your body is still not responding to the insulin that's being produced. And so you become, or you go into a state of being resistant to the insulin you're making, which means all these extra sugars in your system are just hanging around, and then they get stored as fat. So people with PCOS, insulin resistant type, may now struggle with weight gain because all your extra sugars are being stored as fat, and what you're trying to do, as we're talking about in this video, is lose weight. And so it all works against your system, and then you feel as though you're stuck and you're getting bigger, or you're gaining more weight, and most of that weight is in the abdominal area, and that's where you don't want it to be, and you're frustrated. And if this is you, I completely understand. There are more changes that may happen as well. So I hate to add more to it as if this is not enough. But we also know that with PCOS, you may have higher levels of androgens. Androgens are a fancy medical term meaning that you have more male hormones than you normally should. With that, you can have more symptoms that you can see, such as hair growing in places that it normally wouldn't for a female, such as under your chin, on your chest, on your thighs, on your back. These hairs can be thicker and more coarse than they normally would be. You may have balding or hair loss that is very similar to how males may lose their hair as well. You may have acne or skin changes from dryness to being super oily. You can have trouble or difficulty managing your appetite and your cravings. There is actually a real genetic predisposition to having PCOS. And so with that, you may find it to be a challenge being able to shut off when to stop eating. That's a hormone as well. Having higher insulin levels may also stimulate your cravings and cause you to want to eat more and eat more and eat more. And so if you find yourself in this state, it's probably not you, it's really your hormones. Having PCOS may also decrease your metabolism. Your metabolism is what's important for helping you to burn your calories and to use the things that you eat for energy. And so if your metabolism slows down, then you're storing more of your calories as fat, again, making it so much more challenging to lose weight. And so how do you lose weight with PCOS when you have all of these factors almost like working against you? Well, the first thing is that you want to be extremely diligent with your diet and the things that you're eating. It's very important that you incorporate lean meats and proteins. So chicken, tofu, eggs, these are all wonderful. Turkey. You can even have red meats as long as they're lean red meats. Incorporate complex carbohydrates. These are the carbs that have a lot of grains and really just means that they're less processed. And so things that are like decreasing white carbohydrates such as white rice, white pasta, white bread, or even white potatoes, which they have their benefits. But when you have PCOS and you're trying to create that balance, it's important that you eliminate those and replace them with complex carbohydrates like sweet potatoes, oatmeal, quinoa, brown rice, whole wheat breads, whole grain pastas. There are so many options, but we want to choose the right ones. It also means incorporating healthy fats. Healthy fats being avocados, olive oil, coconut oil, options that are better than vegetable oil or canola oil. These are good, healthy, and stable fats, especially for those with PCOS. It also means supporting your body with micronutrients such as vitamin D. There are so many females who are vitamin D deficient. With that, if you are deficient and you don't know, you may have even more symptoms that you may attribute to PCOS, but really are due to you being deficient in vitamin D. So please get your levels checked. It also means supporting your body with other healthy fats, such as omega-3 fatty acids. This you can easily get as a supplement, and you can get this from almost any store, but it actually plays a major part in the production of your hormones and creating that balance. Most people don't know that cholesterol or healthy fats are the beginning of creating hormones and hormonal balance. It's literally the starting point where hormones are produced from. And so supporting your body with lots of healthy fats will help to get you to a stable place. Now, there's so much more that we can talk about that is really hard to cover all these bases in a very short video here on YouTube. But if you'd like some help and if you'd like to dive in more much more deeper, I have a 7-day challenge that you can get so much help. And in 7 days, you can jumpstart the process to becoming hormonally balanced, especially with PCOS, but to be on a journey to losing weight by understanding your body and your system better. To get a link to that, go ahead and click the link below. And if you'd like to take our free quiz, I would highly recommend that you do this as well. With this free quiz, you're able to assess your lifestyle and pinpoint some of the things that you may be doing that may be causing more hormonal imbalance and therefore more weight gain. See the link below in the descriptive box and listen. I'd love to talk to you more about your situation and what you're going through. And we talk about that right here in our community as well. Leave a comment, share this video with someone who can benefit from learning some of this as well. And I thank you so much for being here, being on my channel, and for learning together. I'm Dr. Perkins again, a board certified OBGYN. Thanks for being here.